sides of me. I don't really get drunk, but my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I was lose my Patron, you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the...
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Gino on first down. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog as he's Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
Ojulari continuing to look like a real presence for the Giants. 5.5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles in only 7 games in 2022. Let's see what the pace looks like for him if he's able to avoid the injury bug.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now the NFC's leading rusher a season ago. Here's Saquon Barkley. Takes it to about the 37. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong in that victory a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. With it is Jackson. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Past the 20. Down the left sideline. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 49 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Barkley will take it in for the Giants touchdown. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and now it's 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Smith. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On 1st and 10, Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Throwing again is Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. After 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, look and repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And Saquon going to have a Giants first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Giants at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, Corral. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll go to Barkley again. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
After a couple of seasons of battling injuries, the former number 2 overall pick returned to Pro Bowl form with over 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Just as important, played 16 games and handled over 350 touches, essentially carrying the Giants' offense.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Switching it up, Corral going to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football. Not easily done in today's NFL.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, it's Walker. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Jackson. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. This time they stay on the ground. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for
the second half
Coach
to come.
REA Sports
and to bring the action your way,
Coach.
we go back to MetLife Stadium. And Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Okay, ready?
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate. operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On third down, here's Corral. Able to find Waller. That's complete. On the move past the 40. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darren Waller. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. Now Gino. That is taken in by the tight end Finn. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Hasn't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces third and long.
Third and long, it's Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. He's still on his feet. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 39 yards. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Barkley. 112 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Inside the 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Complete at the one, and he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A bit more of a somber tone here as they take the field after throwing that pick 6. But, Charles, the bottom line is they still have the lead. They're still in the driver's seat.
You're right about that, and let's face it, when you throw a pick 6, it's demoralizing. But when you look up at the scoreboard and realize you still have the lead, you kind of put that wry smile on your face and say, okay, let's just shake it off and start over again.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillandale as he's on to punt for New York. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. If they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Smith on 1st down. And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Straight ahead, Walker. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Up the middle with Barkley. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 125 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now they try the right side here. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Corral from the gun on 3rd down. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he will have the Giants 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Corral to throw, 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Corral's throw complete here to Waller. He's got room at the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. A gain there of 21 yards. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
And Corral will throw it.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Giants get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes this a 9-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First down.
From the 50, it's Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On 3rd down, Barkley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
Hey, we go.
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
On 1st down, it's Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here's Smith. Gets this complete to Smith and Jigba.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Smith's going to throw it.
He'll find Metcalf. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Desperation time for Smith on fourth down.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Smith. Throw out wide to Walker.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. Third down. Smith to throw.
And it's caught. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now Myers for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Down the left sideline.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Canona to add the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll come up first and 10 here.
Smith now to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
He's on his way. DK Metcalf.
And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a two-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion. Now Smith. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
This is 1st and 10. Now Corral. Connects with Slayton.
And some room to work. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A little credit for Slayton there as he moves the chains. Whether he's starting, low on the depth chart, wherever he is, he just produces for the G-men. Third 700-yard season in 4 years to begin his NFL career.
Here's Corral.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate, drops it.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about a yard and a half. Any chance they go for it here?
Chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you've pretty much handed the game to the other team.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
4th down, Corral looking to throw it. Got a man, Slayton.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Walker. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here.
There you go.
I'm with the cash like Diego.
God. Yeah. All these dumps, I'm go, just like Diego. God. Yeah. All these shooters with me just go, just like Diego. God. Yeah. Got a dime piece with me, she gon' go just like Diego. God. Yeah. They don't play with me cause they know that I'm on go, no Diego. Solitaire. Earrings, they be shining, keep blinded. Ain't met up, yeah, I can't. Since I got rich, and she say I'm just cause I took her on the island. The money keep on piling. Talk to me, yeah. Better talk nice. Fucking up with the fettuccine and both that can't talk twice. Know they praying my downfall. Everything I do, I gotta walk like. Let them in, jacket off. Rich, so I'm off life. God. Yeah. All these diamonds on me go, just like